Before I start, there will be a short video I want you to see, but I want to speak as a resident of the Gaza envelope. I live in Moshav Tkuma. Many of my friends of kibbutzim and moshavim, my daughter grew in Kfar Aza, and there isn't a day that goes by that we don't remember the hostages and the families and my friends and the ones who have been murdered in this terrible massacre. And it's very important for me to say it in the beginning before I start. This video you're about to see was filmed by Hamas. That soldier who you saw, who was marked, is my son. My name is Ronit Farkash, and I stand in front of you here today, not only as a mother for children who are in the army, who knows the constant 24/7 worrying, and not only as a wife to a husband who since the 7th of October dressed into uniform, and ever since then he's there in the Gaza division defending our home and our country, and not only as a resident of Moshav Tkuma that was evacuated from my house for 6 months. I stand here today in front of you as a proud Israeli and a proud Jew. There is no war that is more just than this one. And there is no more than a defining moment in the history of the modern land of Israel than this moment. I need to share with you the truth. It is very difficult for me to be here today. On the one hand, this is a spectacular evening, very uplifting and inspiring to see so many of Israel's friends in one room. But on the other hand, at the same time, I need to share with you that we all now are dressed very nicely in this beautiful room, enjoying some wine and good food, while our children are in harm's way. They are fighting true evil. I wrote they are eating canned food, but I spoke to my son last week, and it's not canned food that they're eating. I don't know what they're eating, and I don't know if it's even 3 times a day. They are not showering. They're hardly sleeping. They're dirty and sweaty, and they're fighting for their lives. They're fighting for our lives. When my children first enlisted in the army, I felt a mix of emotions. I felt proud for their courage and dedication, and fear for the unknown dangers, and of course, an overwhelming sense of helplessness that I cannot shield them anymore. Every knock on the door, every unexpected phone call, every helicopter that I hear evacuating the wounded from my home in Moshav Tkuma, because we're so near the border, I hear explosions, I hear gunfire. You can't sleep, and during the day you can't work. Brings a lot of anxiety living there. I think what's worse than being a parent for a soldier in Gaza is being a parent that lives on the Gaza border and knows exactly what's going on every second of the day. Sending your children into the army is an experience that tests the very fabric of your being. It is a role that no parent envisions for their child, yet we have all come to accept with great pride, sorrow, and unwavering resolve. It demands strength that you never knew you possessed, and resilience that sometimes I feel is beyond my reach. The nights are long and sleepless, and the days are too. Yet, amid this turmoil, we find a remarkable source of strength in the togetherness of our nation. But let me ask you a serious question. What is the value of this togetherness? Can togetherness win the war in Gaza? Can togetherness bring our sons and daughters home safely? Can togetherness win the hearts and minds of the anti-Semites who are dedicated and committed to our annihilation? What is the actual value of unity? Here we're all in this room together, but what will come out of it? What will be the result? When I first heard that my son was shot by a sniper in Gaza, I can't express in words to you what I felt. I went straight, of course, to the ER, and we saw him quite well. And 24 hours, even less, after he was shot, Hamas issued this video that you have witnessed as part of their campaign for psychological warfare. Thank God he's not too badly wounded. He sustained some burns in his torso and some shrapnel in his arm, and him and his unit were very well trained, and he was in a tank and in an ambulance in no time at all in the hospital. He was wearing a ceramic bulletproof vest that saved him. He's a hero. They all are heroes. And after going through all this ordeal, he was 4 days at home. Why 4 days? The army wanted to give him more sick days because of the shrapnel. But his soldiers were going into Rafah. And he was, of course, stubborn. And he wanted to go back inside Rafah with them. And he's in Rafah right now with them. They needed him, but he needed them just as much. And I think this is the source of unity, being a part of something that is bigger than yourself. I don't wish for anyone to get shot by a sniper and then go back and fight inside Gaza. But we must all ask ourselves, what is the value of unity? What are we doing to fight this evil? Are we staying to fight? Our nation's strength lies in its people, and our solidarity to come together in face of adversity. We draw courage from each other, just like my son draws courage from his. When I told him, how come you're going back inside Rafah? He was laughing. He said, I have shrapnel in my arm, but the commander next to me has a broken leg, and he's going in with his soldiers. We draw a lot of courage from their stories of bravery, from their sacrifice, and unwavering support of our friends, neighbors, and even strangers. But to win this, we must remember the resilience and determination of our children, of my son. They are out there not just fighting for their lives, but they're fighting for all of our lives. They are the embodiment of our nation's ideals, a national homeland for the Jewish people in the land of Israel. Their resolve must inspire us to be strong, to face our fear with the same bravery as they exhibit every day and fight every single day. Thank you.